As the world mourns Pope Francis, history's most secretive transfer of power begins. White smoke, the path to a new pope, guides you through this momentous transition. We explain exactly what happens next, leading to the dramatic conclave vote. Learn how each ritual unfolds, what each tradition means, and why these ancient ceremonies still matter today. Follow along as the throne of St. Peter stands empty and a new chapter in church history begins. White Smoke, available wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you know what a group of flamingos is called? That's just one of thousands of facts you'll discover on 5 daily trivia questions. Hi, I'm Mark Ellison. Join me every weekday for 5 mind-expanding questions about everything from ancient history to modern technology. Perfect for impressing friends or dominating your next pub quiz. 5 daily trivia questions. And the answer, a group of flamingos, is called a flamboyance. 5 daily trivia questions.
Caloroga Shark Media.
Hey there, I'm Johnny Macc with 5 good news stories. Now you might be saying, Johnny Macc, you never talk about the Loch Ness Monster. Why is that? Yes, friends, it is another Loch Ness Monster story. A woman claims that she saw the Loch Ness Monster blowing bubbles just below the surface. Let's investigate this story. Annette claims that she saw the Loch Ness Monster's hump rising above the water's surface, and she's got it on video. This happened after she first claimed to have seen Nessie with her binoculars. Nessie didn't have the binoculars. Annette had the binoculars. You understood that, right? Yeah. The woman was startled after initially spotting a dark gray shape lurking beneath the surface while rising bubbles caught her attention. Annette says Nessie briefly surfaced before quickly submerging back into the loch. Annette explains, I was using binoculars at first for a short time, and I saw the waves change, so I kept looking. I saw a few bubbles that caught my attention. Then I saw a gray, dark shape. It was moving, so I took my mobile phone out, and then it went underwater and did not reemerge. Annette has submitted her sightings to the Loch Ness Center. A spokesperson for the Loch Ness Center said the observer, initially using binoculars, described a dark gray shape lurking beneath the surface water, blowing bubbles. Then, briefly surfacing above the water before quickly submerging seconds later, the observer was able to capture a picture following several disturbances in the water before whatever was lurking quickly disappeared. The general manager at the Loch Ness Center said, We've had numerous observations over the years, but this recent sighting has been particularly captivating. The conditions on the day of the sighting were absolutely perfect. This could very well be our first significant sighting of the year, further fueling the mystery surrounding Loch Ness and its most famous resident. As always, we are committed to solving the mystery of Nessie once and for all. In Michigan, a bookstore moved to a new location, one book at a time. More than 300 people made a chain to move 9,100 books from the old location of the bookstore to the new location of the bookstore, Serendipity Books. They put out a call for volunteers when they had to move. 300 humans and 1 dog formed chains between the 2 buildings and passed books one at a time in alphabetical order. The owner told NBC News, people really consider independent bookstores theirs. It's really part of the community, and they have ownership. To see the community come out and, put all these words that they say into action, it truly meant the world. There was a 91-year-old woman. There was a good customer who has issues with his heart. There was somebody with their 6-year-old child, and we figured if we did it book by book, everybody could be involved. Not clear how the dog participated. I'll let you know if I find out. Meanwhile, in Australia, a world record for you. 918 people sat down at 150 tables to play Monopoly. The record attempt in Sydney was organized by the Little Legs Foundation. They are a charity that raises funds and awareness for children with brain cancer. This was their second attempt to break the record. They fell short by 30 people last time, back when the record was 733, but they have it. Now, here's an interesting thing that I could edit out. Here in my little script, I have, hey, script number 56 has 5 stories. And I just got down to stories number 4 and 5. They're blank. Don't worry. I have other ways to get stories. I have other scripts I'll just have to cannibalize to. All right, here's one. Good news. We found a donkey. The donkey had fled a bear. Apparently, Murti the donkey had escaped from Jerry and Deirdre's place. The donkey had freaked out because a bear had entered the donkey's stall. Officials initially feared that Murti had been attacked by the bear. But luckily, Officer Darren found Murti with a camera drone just before 6 p.m. Murti was found in the woods near the Skyline Country Club and was found to be uninjured. Murti the donkey is now home safe with his family. White smoke. The path to a new pope explores humanity's most elaborate and secretive transfer of power, a process now unfolding following the death of Pope Francis. This series reveals the hidden rituals, ancient traditions, and behind-the-scenes drama of papal transition. As the Catholic world enters this solemn period of mourning and anticipation, join us in witnessing how the Church has perfected this sacred process over 2,000 years, and what happens in these crucial days when the throne of St. Peter stands empty. White Smoke brings listeners inside the conclave that will determine who will succeed Pope Francis and lead the Church into its next chapter. White Smoke, wherever you get your podcasts.
You can get this podcast completely ad-free right now. If you're on Apple, just click the banner that says Uninterrupted Listening, and you'll get your first month free. If you use Spotify or other podcast players, go to caloroga.com/plus. It's just $5 a month, and you'll get access to over 20 premium shows with no interruptions. Binge listen to new series like the political thriller Acting President, Signal Lost, where military secrets land on the wrong phone, and Pager Protocol, the thriller about exploding pagers in the wrong hands. Plus, enjoy daily shows like Palace Intrigue about the royal family, daily comedy news, and 5 daily trivia questions to test your knowledge, and White Smoke, taking you behind the scenes at what's happening right now at the Vatican. You also get all our hot shows like 5 good news stories. Enjoy your favorite content without any ad breaks. Remember, Apple users click the Uninterrupted Listening banner for your free first month, and everyone else head to caloroga.com/plus. Get ad-free listening today.
And good news for a man in Michigan. He escaped quicksand and got a new girlfriend. Yeah, that's not a bad day in the woods, right? Yeah. A Michigan man was stuck up to his waist in quicksand on a Lake Michigan beach. Mitchell was out there looking for blue stones at Reynolds Street Beach. He took a wrong step about 5 feet past the shoreline and sank into the sand. He told M Live it was obviously unstable. We wouldn't have walked out on it, but it didn't look that bad. It just looked like wet sand. Most of it was firm enough to walk on. Now, here's where it gets even more fun. He told the Detroit News that his first thought was, oh no, not this again. He explained this isn't the first time that he's dealt with something like this. He has previously gotten caught in quicksand. Really? I don't even think that's happened to Indiana Jones. He explains, my left leg, I couldn't move it. I felt like there was something holding it underground. It was crazy how hard it was there. Both he and the woman he was walking with called 911. We both get through at the same time, and I go, I think my girlfriend's trying to call too. And she says, my boyfriend's stuck in the sand. And that was literally the first time we defined our relationship. It happened with 2 separate 911 operators at the same time. See, before the quicksand, they were just friends. And now they're a couple. And he got out of the quicksand. Those are 5 good news stories for today. That was fun. See, and I didn't even prep those last 2. That's how much I enjoy doing this show. All right, you have an awesome day.